Boop. Let me know if you can hear me well. Hello, everyone. This is unplanned live session. Let's see how it will go. So if you could confirm if you can hear me well, if you can see me well, would be really nice and helpful. Hello, Mom, are you here? Hello. It's so weird to be alone here. Okay, live chat. Let me just check. I haven't scheduled this live session, so it's really amazing that I have 3 people watching this live session. Hello, hello. Let me know where are you joining this live session from. This is very unplanned live session. I just decided that we're gonna pop in before filming our styling content for Sunday's styling episodes together with Ligita once again that we have. Tatiana, thank you so much. Oh. Thank you, everyone who is still joining this live session. Best wishes for my son, Adamas, love you. I know that you are watching. Okay, so I think that we're gonna start talking about spring outerwear today, and we're gonna start with some, well, actually, all of those pieces are quite basic, and I would recommend having those. But of course, it depends on your personal style, but I will go in detail when I will be talking and explaining every clothing piece that we have here on this rack. So these are the choices for Ligita, and everyone's might be different. So we're gonna discuss that in a minute. Let me just remind you that if you have any questions, you're more than welcome to leave them in our live chat, and I will be able to see those because today I don't have anyone helping me out, so I see all this live chat with you. Thank you so much who is still joining this live session. So today we're gonna discuss spring outerwear. And we do have some of the essential clothing pieces here on the rack. And I really want to start with this simple, classic long line wool blend coat, which is really very helpful to have, especially in spring when the temperature is around 0 and when it's really very chilly in the morning. So you can add just, a thicker scarf, and wool blend really helps to make you feel warm and comfortable. But in case the temperature will become higher during the day, wool is also very airy fabric, so it is very breathable fabric. So it helps to not to be sweaty all day long, which that because that is the reason why I would recommend having a wool coat, especially when the temperatures are fluctuating in spring so much. And I would say that unlined version, this is lined version actually, but unlined wool coat is really good, mainly because of that reason. That you are not sweating, and when it's lined, of course, it is less breathable. Okay, so now for the cut, I would recommend going for the classic cut, especially if your style is leaning more towards classic style. But in case you want to experiment more with the cuts, you can always opt for a little bit oversized, and the longer the coat, the better. It looks more modern, it is easier to match with the dresses or skirts or different length of your trousers. So it's really just no-brainer. You put it on, you look classic and chic. Now, if you are going for more oversized coat, so this one is my coat, and it is oversized, it has drop shoulder. I would say that opting for a classic color like beige tones is really very versatile option. I always say that, if you have your basic coats covered, then you can experiment with the colors and prints more. But if you are choosing slightly more interesting cut, then stick to quite neutral color palette, just that you would have more versatility and you can, adapt that style to your different outfits and match it easily. Okay, now we discussed. Yes, also please be reminded that neutral colors are not, neutral colors are also the tones of beige, navies, greens, blues. So these are great that you can replace the black color coat as well. Okay, now moving on to the trench coat, and here I need you, Ligita. We will be moving to the trench coat. So the trench coat, classic. Hello, Ligita. So Ligita is here, and starting with the trench coat, which is a classic piece, and really I would recommend everyone having a trench coat, especially if you live in very dynamic climate like here in Lithuania. It's chilly in the morning. It is warm throughout the day, so a trench coat like this is really super versatile, and you can dress it up, you can dress it down with the clothing pieces or even a pair of different shoes. Like in this example, Ligita could be wearing, as right now she is wearing, oops, not that, here. She is wearing classic black Converse shoes, but if she would be heading out to evening, night out, she could swap to black top and high heel, for example, stiletto shoes, and it would work just perfectly, with the same quite of basic trench coat. Okay, now talking about the trench coats, I would say that it's really important to look into the fabric, and yes, you can find those multi-purpose trench coats that are waterproof. However, usually the fabric of waterproof trench coats is quite stiff, and yes, it's quite stiff, and it's a little bit more difficult to style and make it look in a way that you want it. For example, with this coat, it's very easy to style. So, we can wrap it like so. We can add a belt on top. We can belt with this belt in the back. If Ligita wants to open it up in the front, she can just, take the fabric in the back, if we could turn a little bit. So she can, use this fabric to play around and just make it like this. And in this way, she will open up the front of the trench coat even more. So for this reason, I would recommend having something that it's not so stiff, that you can play around and get more versatility, and that the fabric is also important, that it's not easy to, to get the wrinkles. So you always do this test. You just grab the fabric like so in the shop and see how does it look. And this is just a perfect example. This is what I'm looking in a perfect trench coat. Not a waterproof, but the fabric which skims over the body, and the fabric which you cannot wrinkle so easy. Okay, now I would like to show you that, there are ways that you can play around with your trench coat as well. You can have just a simple elastic and, add on the sleeves like so, and it already gives a little bit different vibe, and it would be really nice to have like additional layer under it. We can add a pop of color with like a cardigan around the shoulders. I think we did this in our last styling session as well. But I just want to show you that, it's very versatile piece. And you can do a lot of different stylings and variations with a classic trench coat. Now, maybe you might be bored hearing the same information that you should own a camel trench coat, but look, you should start with a camel trench coat because it's really very versatile, it is easy to style, and it's just no-brainer. It goes with everything. Again, the same rule regarding the length of the trench coat. The longer the trench coat, the better. However, if you are on a petite side and if you have more curves, it is really important to look into the fabric, as discussed earlier. You want the fabric which flows rather than being very stiff and rigid, and you want this versatility that you can play around with adding a belt, with accentuating your waistline and things like that. So I would say that trench coat is a must. Yes, now let me just see what else I should talk about the trench coat. Do you have any questions? Do you agree? Do you have a trench coat? Let me hear your opinion. Is a trench coat must for you? And, again, yes, I talked about this. You can dress it up, you can dress it down. If you are going to the office, if you are going somewhere to the park with your kids, you can easily dress like a jogger set underneath and feel comfortable, but at the same time quite chic and put together. And I think this is, the magic that outerwear pieces can really provide us. It's, very easy. You can wear like trashy, joggers that you might be cleaning your home with, and if you need to buy some milk or something, you put the trench coat and you're good to go. Okay, now moving on to the third piece that I want to discuss for spring is a bomber jacket. Okay, we can now remove all the things that we have been using, and we can move to the bomber jackets. Now for the bomber jackets, here we have two versions. So one is wool bomber jacket, this one is from Zara. It's really very soft and very pleasant to wear. And when Ligita first time put it on, she told, "Oh my God, I love this fabric. I feel so nice. It feels almost like pajamas." I'm kidding. Okay, so now with the bomber jackets, I think that it is really important to look at the length of the bomber jacket, because you can find like a normal version of bombers, and you can find also the cropped ones. I don't remember exactly, was it cropped version? I think so as well. That might be cropped version. And for Ligita, what we have been looking to at, so I would say that it's really nice to have the rise of your trousers or jeans and the bottom of your bomber jacket at the same kind of level. So as you can tell here, it is kind of similar length. That's why we don't have visual distractions, and it looks very cohesive together. Yes, what Ligita is doing, she is rolling up the sleeves, and I think it looks just a little bit, styled and more interesting, and it gives better proportions. Now you can find slightly oversized bomber jackets, which I guess is a nice way to elevate your style, especially if that is kind of something that you like to do and you like to go for a relaxed fit. But then again, it's really important to look into the fabric. So for example, this wool fabric is quite stiff, and as you can see, it gives more volume on the shoulder area, and I wouldn't recommend opting a bigger size for this bomber jacket. But if we would swap to this one, which is a little bit lighter, and the fabric, as you can see, very lightweight, the lengthwise, I think that it's quite similar length, but it has shoulder pads. You can stay with this one, yes. So again, it is important to look at the length, where it hits you, and your personal sense of style. If if oversized is something that you want to wear, or it's just not your vibe, then go for a normal or even cropped bomber jacket that will create beautiful proportions for your outfits. So I think that bomber jacket is really a great piece for spring, because it's between coats and between the blazer. So it's a really good pair for our casual styles. If you are fashion forward person, you can match your bomber jackets with the blazers under, but you know, it's very kind of fashion forward, so it's not for everyone, but you can do whatever you want and whatever makes you happy. Okay, now I think that we will move on to the wool blazer. Okay, so we can jump to the wool blazer. Now for the wool blazers is again quite a similar idea that wool is a great and breathable fabric, so it's really nice to have, and it provides a little bit of warmth, so it's again great when the temperatures are still fluctuating throughout the days in spring. I would recommend opting for neutral color or a print which is very subtle, so it might be small checks, it might be this beautiful, I always forget how I should pronounce it, houndstooth print, which is very on a classic side. So it's, you know, it will be in for many seasons. You are able to style it throughout the spring, autumn and winter as well. I would also recommend opting for one single-breasted blazer, so it doesn't have, you know, a lot of fabric here, and it is only one button. So we can put that on. Okay. Okay, great. So yes, with the blazer now. Yes, I discussed the colors. Again, you know, to make it more spring-like, you can pair it with a little bit of color. You can infuse the color with your choice of your bag. You can add, again, like a very colorful cardigan around your shoulders. You can add a baseball cap if you want to kind of create more relaxed vibe around the blazer. So blazer in my eyes is just a very great item to have. It's easy to layer the things with. Again, it is super easy to dress up or dress down depending on the occasion and your lifestyle. So yeah, again, if you want to create, you know, hourglass shape, which if we can close, you know, you can add a belt on top if you want to add more like a different vibe. I don't have like a blazer, the belt that we are using here, but you know, there are a lot of things that you can do with the blazer, and I think it's just really great to have, as I mentioned, in a neutral color, so you can get the most wear of it. And again, you know, for spring, don't forget to add layers. It's nice, it is sophisticated, it gives you ability to change your clothing pieces throughout the day if you want to add more layers, if you feel cold, yes, just to be comfortable with the clothing pieces that you have for the day. Okay, do we have any questions? Let me check. No, no questions. Okay, if you have any, please pop them in so we can discuss. Now moving on to the faux leather pieces. I think that faux leather pieces are also great to have, and especially because they are back in style. Well, I haven't seen them for maybe for several years. It was a slightly different kind of vibe with leather pieces, but now they are really back, and you can find a lot of beautiful selections in the stores. And I think that if you are opting for a neutral, not neutral, if you're opting for faux leather clothing piece or outerwear, jacket or long coat, always look how does that look, like if it gives expensive vibe or not, because sometimes, you know, it really depends on the way it's being made. And sometimes swapping the color really matters. So I saw this jacket actually just 1 hour ago in black, and then in this kind of stone wash dark gray color. And this is like really, you cannot tell how expensive it is. It looks really very chic and cool. And this is for a different vibe. You know, you can look for, this is like kind of biker jacket, you know, quite with strong vibe. But again, you know, it really depends on your style. If you are leaning more towards classic style, you can always opt for like a trench coat in leather, which would look more sophisticated. And oh my God, it looks so cool. It looks so cool. This is size medium. We might check for Ligita size small, but it wasn't available today in the store. So I just took medium just to see how it works for her style-wise. But it's really, it looks lovely. I really like on you. How do you feel, Ligita?
Yeah, great.
Great. And it looks expensive. I would say that it really looks expensive. You couldn't say that it's 69 euros.
Yeah?
Yes, it looks like it looks like vintage real leather jacket. And it's very comfortable. I think that it's, again, important, yes, important to check the fabric, you know, is if it's stiff, it won't be pleasant for you to wear if it's, you know, very rigid and stiff. You won't be reaching out on a daily basis a jacket like that. So when the fabric is really very soft and gives that kind of kind feeling, then you will be reaching out more often. And with the leather or faux leather pieces, usually the more you wear them, the better they look, or they're supposed to look better. Okay, so the length, it's again, the similar rule applies here. It really depends how you are planning to wear your faux leather jacket. Let's say, now let me talk just about the short version, like a biker jacket. Because again, you can find like a long one, or you can find like a cropped one. This is, I think, like a cropped version. Or more, maybe even like normal, not too long, not too short version. So again, we are looking at the waistline, you know, that we kind of have at the similar leather, the rise of the trousers and the length of the jacket. Now, if your vibe is more leaning towards relaxed and oversized fits, I would say that the longer jacket would look better if you are taller, or if you are matching, or if you are planning to match it with short, like for example, mini skirts or biker shorts, so that you have this visual balance of the length. So it is important to just, you know, think about how you are planning to wear your biker jacket. But this one that we got here on Ligita is really very classic, and it's easy to match with different trousers. Even we could match it with like a midi skirt as well, satin skirt. It would look cool. Okay, now again, I would say it really depends on your personal style preference, but for Ligita, I would totally wear this in a way like for casual days, but also you can dress it up, or dress it up with like a pair of high heels with a satin skirt, black top. It would really look amazing with a small clutch, because the kind of contrast, Ligita's personal style, she can pull off this bigger contrast style-wise as well. Okay, now I think that's all what we got on this rack. Yes, that's all what we got. I wanted to discuss very shortly like puffer jackets and quilted jackets, which are really great for the spring as well. However, we don't have to showcase those examples for you, but again, if it's something that you feel comfortable in, it could really be a nice option, again, to dress it up or dress it down. It's a practical thing. I really hope that you understand what I'm talking about. It's like a padded jackets or padded gilets. Again, the rise and the length of the jacket is important. So if you are opting for some trench coats or long line coats, opt for the longer version. If you are going for like a blazer or like a short jacket, opt for the jacket that would be quite at a similar leather as the rise of your pants. Okay, and stick to neutrals. And I think that here with Ligita, if you can see, the colors are quite neutral, but you know, we will be styling those today, and you will see upcoming video, styling video this Sunday, maybe next Sunday, together with Ligita, so you're gonna see how it looks. But really sticking to a neutral color palette opens up a lot of different possibilities for you to style around and play around with the clothing pieces that you have. You can always add a scarf, a bag, an interesting pair of shoes if you want to add more personality to your looks. But for the sake of, you know, having your wardrobe well curated, I would stick to neutral tones and neutral patterns. Okay, so guys, I think that that is it for today's quick styling session here with Ligita. I just want to check if we do have any questions or not. Okay, so no questions for today, and yes, we'll be going back to work, back to shooting styling episodes and checking some new things. And thank you everyone who has joined today's live session. Don't forget to press bell notification sign on my channel, because then you will be notified whenever I'm going live. And I'm going live when I just feel that I want to. So I guess that is it for today. Thank you so much everyone who has joined. I hope that this live gave you some ideas how to play around with your outerwear pieces for spring to help you transition into spring smoothly, with ease and with joy. Okay, that is it for today. Thank you so much, and see you next time. And wait for the styling episode that will go live on Sunday as always. Ciao, ciao. Bye.